I guess this over with. What up, everybody? June 1st, 11:28 in the afternoon. Well, morning. And I've been dealing with a little bit of stress, muscular stress, and really it's about stability in my hip, my left hip. And so I'm going to be increasing my time in the gym with functional training and strengthening joints and things like that. So my training regimen is going to change a little bit, notably in the variations, exercise variations, things like that. Today I'm going to do some of the stability and functional work. Then I'll get into some of the strength training and hypertrophy training. I want to keep my carbs low, so I have protein right now. I've eaten a little bit of protein. I ate 2 rice cakes with a small layer of peanut butter on there. And if you know rice cakes, it's probably like they're 8 grams of carbs a piece, so about 16 grams of carbs. And then you got a little bit more with that. I mean, there wasn't even a spoonful of peanut butter on between both of them. So a little bit of fats, a little bit of carb from the peanut butter, but that's the carbs I'm working with for the past, I would say, 3 days before. So I'm talking about Saturday, Sunday, and Friday. My carbs were relatively normal, but normal to me, it's relative. So my carbs are low pretty much all the time anyway. I tend to cycle my carbs around my training, and that's just how I'm able to sustain the goal and stay on target pretty much. And that target is keeping my body fat between 10 and 15%. And so that's how I'm able to maintain that. And just keeping the protein high, trying to eat like no less than 200 grams of protein a day. I like to stay, if I can, like 230, 240, just because it keeps me satiated. And yeah, so I'm about to head out and see how this training session goes. I will see you all at the gym. Peace. Alrighty. So I'm going to start off the session with some activation work. Doing some banded side steps, which targets the glute medius, glute minimus, that upper, outer glute, and hip stabilizers. Best for hip stability, knee tracking, building the side glute shelf, and just reducing knee cave during squats, leg press, and lunges. Then I'm doing some single leg bridges, which is going to target the glute max, hamstrings, deep pelvic stabilizers, left, right glute imbalance. And they're really just best for glute strength, hip extension power, pelvic control, and just fixing one side, not firing as hard. I've done maybe 5 rounds of banded side steps and 3 rounds of unilateral bridges. And so what I'm feeling already is a little bit of the gluteus medius and maximus, a lot more of the maximus, so the bigger part, and kind of like underneath. And then here, the top of the medius is what I'm feeling. I'm gonna do a couple more rounds and then I'll get into my seated leg curls. So I'm also playing with the placement of the band. I've done a couple rounds with it higher, and I'm doing a couple rounds with the band a little bit lower on my leg. And this is just because I haven't done a lot of research, in-depth research, just some surface level stuff. So understanding what the outcome should be and not necessarily going too deep into variations. So I'm just testing out the variations and I'll see how it goes. Moving the band closer to the ankles makes the exercise significantly harder. and changes the demand profile. With the band around my ankles, the primary emphasis is glute medius, glute minimus, glute max stabilization fibers, and tired lateral hip complex, which benefits greater lever arm, equals more tension, more challenge to the single leg stability, better carryover to walking, running, and athletic movement, usually creates a stronger burn in the outer glute. I'm bracing my core first, driving through my heel, keeping my hips level. I'm lifting with my glute, not my lower back. Full squeeze at the top. And finally, making sure I'm controlling the descent. One cue I'm looking for is dorsiflexing my ankle. So basically putting my toes towards my shin and pulling the pad down by driving my heel under the seat. My goal is maximizing hamstring size while fixing my left-right imbalances. So the unilateral seated leg curls gives me several advantages over bilateral curls. They're going to expose strength differences immediately. They're going to prevent the stronger leg from compensating. It's going to improve my mind-muscle connection, and it's better for bringing up my smaller or weaker hamstring while allowing me to match reps of effort side to side. Doing this leverage squat with my back against the pad versus facing my chest facing the pad. The depth is a factor, which is okay, because if I'm sitting for about 2 to 3 seconds in the bottom, then I'm getting the resistance and tension that I need to get some hypertrophy training, some strength training. So it's okay. Variation is okay, because you work within a program for 5 to 6 weeks and then change it up after that. Then you can come back. It's like having a deck of cards. You got each card is a different program, and you're trying to play through the deck and shuffle through the deck as much as you possibly can based on your goals. So it is what it is. For pure leg hypertrophy, especially at 47, with my goal of maximizing muscle while minimizing wear and tear, the leverage squat gives me several advantages over the traditional barbell squat. I'm getting more tension on my quads. With the leverage squat, my torso is going to stay more upright. My knees can travel further forward, less need to balance the load also. All of that results in more quad stimulus and less energy wasted on stabilization. With the leverage squat, there's lower spinal fatigue. Back squats heavily load erectors, your lower back and core. The leverage squat, however, supports the load path, reduces spinal compression, and allows hard leg training without the systemic fatigue. Very important. What I've discovered was when I switched from back squats to leverage squats, my quads recover faster, knees often feel better, lower back feels better, leg volume increases, leg growth improves because recovery resources stay focused on the target muscles. For an experienced natural lifter like myself focused on hypertrophy rather than powerlifting performance, my properly executed leverage squat is often one of the highest return leg building exercises available. Two more. One more. So I'm getting into some single leg presses. Some of the benefits for that is obviously it's going to eliminate the compensation. I get greater quad recruitment because all the load is on one leg. To round out this leg session, I just finished up with a couple sets, maybe 3 or 4 of seated calf raises. At 47, I'm not trying to be the man I was at 27. I'm trying to become the best version of who I can be today. For me, true bodybuilding is the pursuit of an elite body, a disciplined mind, and an unbreakable spirit. The physique is simply the evidence. The work continues. The goal is never to stay young. The goal is to keep becoming. Be living the vision.